Hi guys, so today we are going to actually have a go at animating our character, and I'm going to take you through this. This is one of those videos again where you will need to pause it, do it. I'm not going to tell you when to pause. You obviously are old enough to work out when you need to do so to work alongside this. There are some parts that I've also sped up so that you can still see how I'm doing it. But I don't think you just need to listen to me dragging on, otherwise it's already a long enough video. So let's make a start. Okay, so we're going to do that in Photopea. So open up Photopea and you are going to open up your image of your dog that you did last time. Now you actually need to open it up as a JPEG. All right, that means that you haven't got all of the layers. If you didn't save him as a JPEG, what you need to do, just save as a JPEG like that, click save, and then you can then click on it and open that up as a JPEG. So you can just click and drag it on, and you can see there you don't have all the layers because that's what you need. You just need the image without all of the added on bits. Now what you're going to do is we are going to be animating your animal, your person, whatever it may be, and you're going to be taking the different parts. So first of all, you need to select. Now there are some different selection tools. I'm just using the magnetic lasso, which is a good one there, and I'm just going to draw all the way around his head. The different selection tools are over here. The magic lasso is underneath the normal lasso, so right click on that. What is crucial is you need to make sure that there are no areas of the background showing and that all of your character is in. So I'm then going to go along and I'm going to add those. So you can use the normal lasso, or for me, I'm going to use the straight line one. There are this one here where I'm going to add in bits. So make sure that I've selected the unite. So just go along and have a look at any areas that I need to add. And then any areas that I need to remove, I'm just going to subtract it. And I'm going to draw those all the way around, removing those little areas of background. And you're going to do this for each of your body parts. Now you need to kind of think, how is your character going to be moving? It is really important that you don't have any of these areas, because when you start animating, it will become very obvious. So just go around and just check that those little dashes, as ants as I call them, are all the way around the outside of your character. Okay, when you're happy with it, right, what you're then going to do is you are going to press Control C. So you're going to copy and you're going to paste, and you will see that that will come down as a new layer. Now you just want to check it. So by removing the eye on the background, you just want to check if it's got a little bit there, you can draw that in, or you can leave it. It's totally up to you. What you need to do is you need to rename the layer for the body part. And you're going to go around the entire character. So then you're going to remove the vision of that. So click on the eye, and then make sure that you click back onto that background, because it's really important that you are selecting the drawing and not anything else. So you're going to go all the way around. Now I've decided that I'm going to have his scarf moving, his body as a part, and then his forelegs and his tail. So you're going to go all the way around. Now you will notice I have added a bit of extra head in there, but that's fine because the head is overlapping and it will make sense in just a moment. you will see that I'm kind of giving him zigzag body shape and removing his legs from his body. And again, I've left his scarf in place. See, that's what happens if you don't select the background. So you need to go back and do that all again. So make sure that you select the background and double click, rename the layer. Don't worry too much about any bits that you don't want, because in a moment I will remove those and I will show you how to do it. So again, make sure that you separate the different parts. All right, so front left leg, front right leg, back left leg, back right leg. You're going to name them all, every single one. You can see there with the leg, I've given it a bit extra. That's because his leg will be that large, and it's really important that you give it a little bit extra because you will be seeing some of it, not necessarily all of it. So you're going to go all the way around again. I've given a bit extra there on the back of his leg. And you're just going to go all the way. What's really important is that the body is above the legs, and that will become more apparent when you start to animate it, and it will make sense. So you can see there I've just extended that back leg to where it would be going all the way up to. So last one, just clicking back on, and then I just need his tail. Okay, important again with his tail, I'm just going to give him a little bit extra. That's because when you do start doing the movement, we don't want to leave little white areas on show. So we're going to go all the way around. A bit extra on his tail. And again, copy and paste, save that as a tail. Then when you've got all of your body parts, the next thing that you need to do is you need to save it. All right. So before we can do that, we're just going to make amendments because I forgot. We want his back leg to be the same shade. So I'm going to use this clone tool. Then by pressing the Alt button, it will bring up this little X. And what that does is it means it will copy that wherever I try and paint. So then I can go along. I've still selected on the tail. So make sure that you're on the right one. And you just want to extend. So as you can see, wherever the X is, that is the area that it will be copying. And you just gradually get rid of. So I want the entire leg to be this color here, a little bit by little bit. And I'm going to do that to both the legs. I'm also going to do it to his body so that I can remove the scarf, and I'm going to do it to the scarf so that I've got a little bit more movement for when I start moving his head around. I don't want to have a white line. So there's one leg. Okay, and do the same thing, same process. So again, it's the clone tool. I've then added a black line by drawing it in. All right. The body, same thing. I'm going to clone out the scarf. Just like that there. And then the scarf, I'm going to then clone out that bit of fur. All right. So here is my entire thing. I now need to save it, and I'm going to make sure that I save it. So I click on the name, double click, and added the word parts to it. Say OK, file, save as PSD, because we want to save all of those layers. That's really important because then we can do the next part of it. Right, so the next part of this, you are then going to open up a new document. And what we're going to do is you're going to be selecting all of the shapes. So from the top one to the bottom one, if you click on the top one, hold down the shift button and the bottom one, you're then going to select all of them like that. So I'm just drawing a rectangle around. I'm going to say edit, copy merged. Now that's really important because you are copying all of the layers. And now we're going to open up that new document. So new, I've called him Bob GIF because that is what we're going to be making. The width, I would make it as 100 millimeters by 100, and then leave it with a 300 for the DPI. Leave it as transparent, say create, and then you're going to control paste. So control V, and there is your dog, right? And then what you're going to do, you are literally going to start rotating things. So you're going to click on the layer, you're going to use the move tool, okay? You are going to make sure that that transform controls, and you're going to start rotating. So I'm going to start moving his head, move his scarf, okay? At the moment, his head is selected. So if any of those little ants appear, control D. Right, so I'm now going back to the move tool, and I'm going to move his scarf a little bit. I'm leaving his body. His body doesn't move for me. And I'm going to move his tail, his legs. I'm going to move each one individually a little bit at a time, making sure that everything lines up. So you can see there, you're just going along, rotating things around, moving bits, depending on your creature. And if you've got, can you see down at the bottom of that foot, I've got that little white area that I obviously missed. So it's crucial that we remove that because we don't want a little white area. So now that it's been flagged, I'm just going to delete that from there. And then I'm going to carry on. Going to keep rotating each part of the body as I go along to make Bob walk. Right, so moving it along each part. When I have finished moving each of the different sections, what you're then going to do is you're going to select all again. So by doing that, you are going to click with the left-hand button on the bottom layer over here. And you're going to scroll up to the top layer. All right, so I've selected. Now I want to select all of them. So I click on the bottom one, I scroll up to the top, hold down Shift, press with the left, and it will select all. I go Edit, Copy Merged. I go back into my Bob GIF, which is up at the top, the tab just there, and Control V, paste in the Bob again. I can then use the move tool and I just move him so he is just on top, and so I'm happy where he is moved. I didn't move his body, so the body I can leave as he is. Then what's crucial, you need to rename these layers underscore A underscore 1 underscore A underscore 2. The underscore A underscore tells Photopea that you are making an animation. All right. You can go along and you can add extra bits into your animation if you see fit. So you can see there I've already added facial features. You're going to keep on going. I've sped it up so you haven't got to listen to me telling you all of it. So you just keep going, keep moving your creation, your animation. So keep moving him. Every time that you've moved the whole thing, you're going to select all of the layers, copy merged back into your GIF one and paste, and you're going to again make sure that it is the underscore A underscore, and then you're just going to keep on going. You're going to keep on building up those layers, as many as possible, and I will show you what you can do. So you can see here that I'm also adding some facial expressions to it. So we can do that by just using the paint tool. At the moment I'm on selection for some reason. So you can just go onto the paint. To create a new layer, down here is the new layer. So make sure that you add a new layer as opposed to painting onto something that's already there. So I'm just going to add in his eyes on this one just so you can see. All right. Once you've got 4 layers, have a look and see what it looks like. The more layers you have, the better. You have 2 weeks to complete this, and I would expect you to have at least 8 to 10 layers. I do expect for you to submit your GIF, but also select a screenshot showing the number of layers that you have within your GIF document. So I also want to see the PSD. So save me the your animation GIF as a PSD so that I can have a look and see how many layers you have. And in addition to that, save it as a GIF. So I'm going to show you how to do the GIF right now. So once you've got your 4 layers, okay, don't worry about your background. You're going to go up to File. You're going to say Export As, and you're going to go to GIF. Right now, assuming that you have got underscore A underscore, this will work. So you're going to click on GIF. Okay, you can do this as many times as you want. Now, at the moment, it's really zoomed in. So if you change the width and the height, make it slightly smaller depending on how big your one is. So I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. All right. Now you can change the speed. You could be making him run faster, walk slower. So you can just change each one of those, drag it down. My computer's gone a bit laggy. Oh, it's decided to go up rather than down. There we go. So here he is looking really slow. He's got a bit of a limp, probably because he's got a square leg. Or going crazy. So you select the speed, and then all you do is you click save. And that will then save it for you as a GIF. But what you need to do is you need lots of layers here. In addition to that, we can also add the background. So if you've not finished, all you need to do is click on the X at the top just there, and then you can carry on building your layers. All right. The other thing that we've said is the background. So think about where it may be. You may want a plain background. You may want an image in the background. So I'm just going to, first of all, take an image of rubbish dump. Right, so just need to find one that I'm happy with. Okay. Copy the image. Go back onto Photopea and paste the image, so Control V. And I'm then going to enlarge that up. So go into your Move tool. So select Move. Make sure that the transform controls, and you're going to drag it like that. Okay, if I move that layer right to the bottom so I can see Bob, I can then position him or position the rubbish in a suitable location for him, like that. All right, then when you have a look at your GIF, so again, you're then going to see poor old Bob walking through all the rubbish. So that's one option that you can do, is you can have the background as an image. Or the other option that you've got is that you can have the background as a colour. All right, I'm not going to go into much detail with the colours options because I'm sure you've all done this before, but I'm just going to bucket fill the background layer. So I'm going to add a new layer. I'm going to make sure that that's right at the bottom. I'm then going to fill that with a blue. That looks pretty boring, so I'm going to add a circle into there. So I'm going to go up to the shape. Select my colour for the circle. And I'm going to draw him a circle to go. And I'm going to make it so that he is within the centre of that. So when I then save it as a GIF, okay, so I can see again what he will look like, which is a little bit more interesting. Right, there's my little character. As I said to you, the more layers you have, the better it will be.